All right, we're gonna have this talk about uh, single mothers raising men, trying to be the daddy, and saying it ain't no good men out here. That's what we're gonna talk about today. Cause I'm about tired of hearing all this stuff about it ain't no good men. There's some good men out here. Most of the time, they have had some strong male intervention. A woman cannot raise a man without male intervention. He gonna look at you as a man and what men are supposed to be doing, and then all of a sudden you wondering why he beating up on women. Cause he's thinking of you as being a man, his equal. Women and men are not equal. They are equal as far as, abilities to do things and stuff like that. Yeah, man, a woman can do what a man can do. A man can do what a woman can do, except bear children and all that stuff. We talking about mentality. A woman's mentality, she looks at things entirely different from a man. That's why you're going to need some male intervention. As far as the women trying to raise a good man, you saying it ain't no good men, and then you got a son. You should try to do everything in your power to make sure that you raise that one good man, so that another woman can enjoy the fact that there are some good men out here. And if each one of y'all do that with y'all sons, then yeah, there will be plenty of good men. Then you run around talking about, oh, he look like his daddy. And then you got an attitude with the kid. The child ain't did nothing. The little boy has not done a thing. But you had him. You had him. He didn't have you. You got to understand that in this life, your children are going to be the ones who step up and take care of you in the end. Yeah, you take care of them now. You looking at the right now. You need to be looking at the future. What you going to be doing when you turn 80. And your son or daughter, I'm talking about sons right now though, and your son got all this animosity built up you because you wouldn't let him see his daddy. Oh, he trying to figure this stuff out. You know what? And then he mad at his daddy because he thinking his daddy didn't want to have nothing to do with him. Of course, there's some situations like that, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to have some kind of male intervention with these young men. Some kind. You can't just ride around through life, I don't need no man. I don't need this. I'm his daddy. You can't be his daddy. A woman can't be a daddy. If a woman could be a daddy, she wouldn't be able to have kids. Your purpose in life is to nurture these young men and show compassion to them. The men instill the leadership, the stability, the go-get-itness. Yeah, there's some women out there with all them characteristics, but men instill this kind of stuff. Men don't slack up and say, oh, I can't do this, or I ain't gonna be able to do that, and this, that, and other thing. No offense, that's a woman's trait, to slack up. If things get kind of hard, women typically slack up on that. Men, a real man, he gon' put everything he got into making something happen out of nothing, out of absolutely nothing. You can take manure and turn it into fertilizer if that's what you got. Take shit and turn it into money. That's it. That's what you're doing. That's what men do. Give me some shit, I'm gonna sell you some fertilizer. That's what I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to be running around here expecting a woman to take care of me and this, that, and other thing. Yeah, I had some bad times in my life, but that's in the past. You gotta make it happen by any means necessary. I mean, you got to get out and do whatever. I ain't condoning selling dope, but you know, if you got to do that, you know, to make some ends meet, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You can't sell no dope. Cut that one out, like that, because you gonna end up in the pen. You know, cut that one. But you got to get out there and make some ends. You got to make some ends. And women, I'm sorry to say, but if it ain't no good men out there, that's your fault. The women who claim that they can be a man's daddy. You cannot be a man's daddy, or a boy's daddy, a child's daddy. You can't be that. You got to be bipolar. Are you bipolar? You think you can be two people at one time? You can't do it. Impossible. Quit playing these games, going out trying to, you know, have these babies and don't know who the daddies is, and then say you don't need no man. Or even if you're in a bad relationship and the dude ain't really what he supposed to be, you can't cut the child off from his father. You can't do that. That's foundation. That's the groundwork of his being. He needs to know how he's going to develop. And the only way he's going to do that is to look at his father. Or, you know, somebody close, as close to him to being a father as you can get. Not no boyfriend that's there sometimes, or no dude that come in the middle of the night to service you and all that kind of stuff. You can't do it like that. Kids, everything. You know, you was a kid one time. You know all the stuff you saw. You think you can hide that stuff from your kids? No, because your parents saw the same thing. Oh, the children don't know this, so they don't know that. Kids know way more than what you think they know. I'm just saying. You know, I want y'all to wake up. There's some good men out here. You gotta let men be involved in these children's lives. Not these squares that's been raised by, this gonna sound real bad. Not these squares that been raised by they mamas and claiming that they men. You know, you gotta have some male involvement. I was raised by my mom, you know, but my dad, you know, he showed his face every now and again. He popped up, you know. I know what he about, you know, so I can branch off of that. It would have been good had he been more stable, so I could, you know, grow up more stably. But for the guys who really stepping up and doing their part and being involved in their kids' lives and giving them all the information they need to succeed, thumbs up. For the women that's, you know, doing what they can and letting the men be active in the child's life, thumbs up. You know, for those clowns out there that, I don't need no man, can't no man do nothing in my kid's life and this, that, another thing, you need help. You need help. You need to recognize that children need their daddy or some sense of a father figure. They need that. You needed that. I needed that. People around you needed that. Gotta have that. There's some anomalies out there where the women, you know, can stand up and do this, that, and other thing and make it happen. All of y'all ain't Oprah. Y'all can't just sit there and expect to do what Oprah do or whatever strong woman you admire do. You can't just do it like that because that ain't you. I can't be Jay-Z. I ain't Jay-Z. I respect that man for, you know, the financial gains that he's accomplished, but I can't be him. I gotta be me. You know, you can't look at TV and that's what's happening. Y'all got y'all kids looking at TV, trying to be these folks on TV. You can't be that. Some of y'all kids gonna clean sewers out. You gotta tell your kid,